Hey y'all. Ooh. Hey y'all, welcome back to Naomi Lux TV, where we talk all things reality TV, movies and TV shows, celebrity gossip, pop culture, all while doing arts and crafts. Today we are crocheting, and honestly for a lot of episodes we will either be crocheting or coloring. I am not that damn artistic, but I'm a creative who needs an outlet, and if you're here, I'm assuming you need one too. I'm keeping it simple. I haven't crocheted in a long time. I kind of already got it started. I did a long one single loop. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. So I'm just doing a square of some sort. That's all I'm doing. So grab your popcorn, get yourself a drink. I got my drink, a Simply Lemonade Fight. Grab your coloring book, grab your yarn. Let's get right into the first topic. On the docket today, we have Teen Mom, Dance Mom. And I want to talk about this amazing Netflix show that I just discovered called Nobody Wants This. Don't worry, if you haven't seen it, there won't be any spoilers. So, as I said, let's try to do this and talk at the same time. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Okay, let's get right into it. The first topic will be Teen Mom. I don't know if y'all saw. I am not over this thing. I talked about it on TikTok twice. So y'all know Kail from Teen Mom. She got like 100 acres and a whole bunch of land, and she got a whole bunch of farm animals, chickens, this and that. And y'all also know the whole government shit is happening. They shutting down food benefits and all of that stuff. So she decided to be a good Samaritan and put out free eggs. Basically like a food pantry. She put out free eggs. She put out ramen, canned goods, a whole bunch of food, stovetop, she said, whatever. Tell me why somebody cleared out the whole pantry and took 8 dozen. Do you know how many 8 dozen is? 96 eggs. But at the same time, why would she just put loose food out there? She was saying that somebody who kind of works for her, doesn't work for her, watched the person do it. And I'm like, why didn't they intervene? It doesn't even make sense. Ooh, I'm trying to get this thing through. This is not working out. I probably need a smaller needle. Let's look to see what I have. Probably need a smaller needle so it could be easier. But yeah, that's the bullshit I be talking about. You trying to do something good for society and then people just take advantage. That's insane. What the fuck are you gonna do with 96 eggs? I was working with a 5mm. Damn, it's hard. But I just found that story rather interesting. This is my 3rd time talking about it because what is wrong with society? You trying to do something good and this is how you get treated. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about Dance Mom. So Nia from Dance Moms, Nia Sioux, she dropped a book called Bottom of the Pyramid, which I honestly love. I feel like the title is very fitting. She was unjustly always put at the bottom of the pyramid. And sorry y'all, I was doing it off camera. Y'all, this is my first video. I'm learning. I'm gonna figure it out. Look at this. It doesn't look right, but we're just gonna keep going. So Nia Sioux, she dropped the book Bottom of the Pyramid. Sparked a lot of controversy. It low-key backfired on her mom. It backfired on Dr. Holly. I was like, wait, hold up. Why are we blaming Dr. Holly? So basically the argument was Abby was fucked up and racist. So that means Dr. Holly should have pulled Nia out. Which is, yes, that's a valid argument. But like, are we ignoring the main culprit in this case? So here's my thing. I already feel like this conversation is a revolving door. Because yes, at the end of the day, for me personally, I would not put my child through that. I personally would have pulled my child out. I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't give a fuck about the fame or whatever. The traveling, the this and the that. I don't care. But as an empath, I also understand their position where it's like, bro, I don't know what I would do if somebody's throwing millions of dollars in my face and I get to travel. Like, I'm saying this as a person who didn't have that opportunity, right? I'm not the one who's in that position, who's on one of the biggest shows, one of the biggest dance teams, and this person is trying to bully you out of your spot. So yeah, you might have some resistance and you might stay because it's like, I'm not gonna let you trick me up out of my spot. So it's like, I get both sides, but at the same time, bro, is fame and this and money that important for you to go through that bullshit? And that's what I'm saying. It goes back and forth because I lost the point I was gonna make. Y'all, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Either way, it's a revolving door conversation. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you would do if you were in that spot. Oh, okay. That's the point I wanted to make. I feel like you're gonna have to deal with bullshit everywhere you go. I feel like if it's not one place, it's another. Honestly, as Black people, we cannot escape racism. If it's not racism, that shit gonna be colorism. So I don't know, just like, it wasn't me. If you like it, I love it. I personally would not do it. I would not put up with the bullshit that Abby was doing, and could not let someone talk to my child like that. But that's what I'm saying. Literally, this is a layered conversation. Because it's not like Holly was just sitting there and taking the shit. She was having some good comeback. She was clapping back. So I feel like how Holly played it is exactly how I would have played it. The way she wasn't really letting shit slide, but she wasn't also gonna let them trick her up out of her spot. I feel like she played it the best that she could. She stayed too long. I would say yes. She literally stayed the longest out of everyone. So yes, but girl, moving on. I don't think it's fair the backlash that Nia is receiving right now, or Dr. Holly. Because you know what too? You could say the same for every single person that was on that show. Even those moms who got kicked off and they were forced to be off the show. Like, they were forcing themselves to be in the show. They would crying and fighting Abby to put themselves on that team. How would you fight and put your kid on a team like that? You get what I'm saying? So you can literally make that argument for every single mom who was on that show. And at the end of the day, I feel like a big point that I wanted to make, that she's only highlighting the darkest parts and the most fucked up part. There's no way she was on that team and just suffering and only misery and doom and all that stuff. No, she was having a good ass time while she was on the team. It was just in between she had to deal with some bullshit. That's just really what it was. So I don't think it's fair that all the other girls got to express their feelings on the subject and talk about their traumas, but as soon as Nia talk about hers, it's just, oh well, you should have never been on the show, or you should have just got off. And it's just like, I don't think that's fair. I think she gets to speak about it and also take the L, as in, bro, that's her. She had to deal with that. That's her burden to bear. None of us had to deal with Abby. That was her choice. She got to deal with it. And if she's fine with her choice dealing with Abby, then whoop-de-doo. Moving on, y'all. So this is what we have so far. I don't know why I thought I would get way further in this video. I guess this will be a continuing thing. I'm gonna try to drop multiple videos back to back. You'll see me develop this thing a little bit more. I was only able to do one row throughout this whole video. But moving on, let's talk about Netflix. This show called Nobody Wants This. Oh my gosh, I have no one to talk to about this. This show is so good. I feel like if you're older Gen Z, I'm older Gen Z, if you're a millennial, you're gonna love everything about this show. If you have a few screws loose, you have been in a relationship, just seeing other people's relationship, you can totally relate to this show. It's basically a romantic comedy, but it's not like cringy. Like, you know how romantic comedies are cringe in a way, but this one isn't. It's so good. This is the best romantic comedy I've ever seen. It has Kristen Bell. I don't know the other actors. Basically Jewish centered. This is the most I've learned about Jewish culture. I didn't know all of this, but I've been learning a lot. If you watch the show, I want to say I relate to the mom. Why? Out of all the characters on the show, I relate to the mom. Yes, I have a whole bunch of interests and hobbies that I pick up and I drop down, and I have 2 daughters. That lady is me. But whatever, watch the show so we can talk about it in the next episode. Honest, it's funny, the jokes, everything about this show is so good. Give it a try. Nobody Wants This on Netflix. Anyways, y'all, this was a fun thing. My first ever episode, my first video. If you enjoyed this little crochet and commentary vibe, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let me know in the comments which topics you want me to cover next. Bye.